Well, hello and welcome to another Larry's Orchid Growing Guide. Today we're going to be talking about Vanda Alliance orchids. Now there's a lot of mystery and a lot of overcomplication when it comes to growing Vandas, but they're very simple. So hopefully what I'm going to do is encourage you all to grow a Vanda because they're very beautiful orchids, but they're also something that's not that complicated, and people tend to overcomplicate and it tends to make people afraid to grow them. So hopefully you'll enjoy and hopefully you'll give them a try. So when it comes to Vandas, there's a few things that are specific, and that is the roots. The roots on these two fine specimens here are in different positions. When they're growing in a basket like this right here, the roots are going to drape down. However, the thing you're going to want to have when you're growing Vandas is high humidity. Vandas love high humidity and they actually need it to survive. So if you don't have high humidity, one thing you can do is you can surround the roots in coconut husk fiber. And I'm going to bring you all in close so you can check this out here. We have wrapped the long roots that drape down in a basket type setting here. They are wrapped around a coconut husk fiber in a coil, and that helps to increase the surface area, and it also helps to keep the moisture closer to the roots rather than dangling all the way down. We have them in a nice kind of close ball here, wrapped in the coconut husk fiber, and that allows the humidity to stay really close to those roots and keep them nice and moist. And here you can see the wrapping of the coconut husk fiber here. We also have some in the basket, and that's just a great medium to grow your Vanda orchids in because they don't like a bark like Phalaenopsis do or some of your other orchids. They like being in the air, and being in the air, they can't have a medium that holds a lot of moisture to them, but they love the humidity. So that's what the coconut husk fiber is going to do very well. And also you can see here in just this pot, we have only the coconut husk fiber and the roots are just in the bottom. There is no growing medium whatsoever other than the coconut husk fiber here. And that's just solely to hold the moisture near the roots, just enough to almost make it humid. It's not really moist. It's more or less just a kind of a damp, humid texture to it. So that's what the coconut husk fiber is used for, and it works very, very well. So the next we're going to talk about is sunlight. When it comes to sunlight, you can never have too much for Vandas. They love a nice, strong, south-facing window, and that's really all it is when it comes to sunlight. You can have some artificial lighting, but that gets a little bit complicated, so we just recommend a very strong south-facing window, and you're going to do just fine when it comes to growing your Vandas. Now the next thing is fertilizing. A lot of people don't know how to fertilize their Vandas because there's no growing medium, so how on earth do you fertilize? And Vandas will actually feed in the water. So if you have a misting, just a mister, that's going to give them their fertilizer in a liquid form. And it's going just to cling to the roots, and it's going to kind of cling to the coconut husk fiber and give them a little bit longer lasting period. We typically fertilize every 2 weeks because they do go through it, and you don't want to feed them something harsh. Because of the fact that it's coming with direct contact to the roots, you never want to feed them with a high nitrogen count fertilizer. It will burn the roots of the Vandas. So what we recommend is this Miracle Grow is a misting plant food for orchids specifically. So it is a Miracle Grow orchid food misting setup here. It already comes pre-diluted, so it's ready to go. You just hold the plant up, spray around the roots. You can also spray the leaves. That's going to work great for you. And that saves a lot of the guesswork out of mixing, because sometimes you mix too much, sometimes you give them the wrong food, and that can be detrimental to your Vanda orchids. And then like this, you just you hold your plant up, or it's hanging like we have on our hooks here. You just come along and just spray the roots, spray the leaves, and that's going to be all you're going to need for your fertilizer if you choose to go with this Miracle Grow fertilizing mixture. It's great stuff, so I'd definitely recommend that. Now when it comes to moisture, how on earth do you water your orchids? And it is the same exact way as fertilizing. You want to water them using a mister. Just spray them twice daily and you're going to be fine. The thing is you don't necessarily have to have very humid environments as long as you kind of replicate that humid environment temporarily. So by misting them once or twice a day, they're going to do great in that environment, And as long as you don't have them in something like 20 or 30 or 40% humidity, if you have something even close to about 60%, by misting them once or twice daily, they're going to do great, but they're going to survive and thrive in 80% humidity with a misting once or twice daily. So it's just based on how much you have and how much you can give them, but they aren't that complicated as long as you can give them their basic necessities. So basically we're going to go through them again one more time. Make sure you fertilize with a diluted light fertilizer once every 2 weeks. You're going to spray the roots, and you can also spray the foliage, but the roots are the main thing we're going to focus on. You also want to give them a spraying of water once to twice every day. And then you're also going to want to give them just a warm room, nothing too hot, but they can handle between 70 and 85 degrees, so they're going to do great there. And also you want to make sure they get nice, strong sunlight. And that is really all it is to growing your Vanda orchids. They're totally fine. They're going to grow for you well, and they're not that complicated as you've seen here. Also, if you want to put them in a wooden basket, we do sell them as well on larrysorchid.com. And if you are interested in growing Vanda orchids, make sure to click the link in the description box below. That'll take you right to our Vanda Alliance collection, and then you can check out everything that we have for sale there. And lastly, if you want to purchase the Miracle-Gro misting solution that I recommended on this episode, you can also check the supplies page at larrysorchid.com, and you can find all of our supplies there as well. So until next time, I hope you all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new, and if you did, please click the subscribe button. That helps us know who we're reaching, and it also helps you to stay up to date with the other cool things that we're doing on this channel. Also, if you have some friends that are trying to grow some Vandas, or you've had some friends that are kind of shying away from growing Vandas because they're scared, share this video with them because it'll help them to know that it's not that hard, and hopefully you can get them to grow some Vandas as well. And until next time, this is Luke from Larry's Orchids, reminding you that we are the #1 stop shop for all your orchid and tropical needs. Take care, everyone. Bye.